Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Trillo, and today I'm presenting on Palantir and the rapid expansion of its AI defense contracts. Specifically, I'll be looking at how this event connects to Chapter 12.2 on strategy and business ethics. And my focus is on whether Palantir's growth is a smart strategic move or whether it enters an ethical gray area that could create a long-term risk. So the event. Recently, Palantir secured a multi-billion-dollar artificial intelligence contract with the US Army. This deal focuses on AI systems that assist battlefield planning, surveillance, and intelligence analysis. The announcement pushed Palantir into continued profitability, largely driven by defense spending rather than commercial business. And my sources for this come from the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, and the New York Times. Why does this matter? Well, this matters because Palantir is no longer just a data analytics company. It is becoming one of the most influential AI defense contractors in the world. And as global tensions rise, militaries are adopting AI quickly, and Palantir is positioning itself right at the center of that shift. And strategically, this is huge for them. But ethically, it raises a very difficult question about how AI should be used, and who controls it, and whether profit should come from military conflict. So the key facts. The key facts are the system Palantir is building will support real-time mission decision making. It can analyze battlefield data, simulate outcomes, and assist with targeting decisions. And because much of this work is classified, the public cannot fully evaluate how the technology is used. So while it is legal and approved through government channels, the ethical transparency is extremely limited. And this is kind of where the ethics become very, very, very important. So the strategic strengths. From a strategy point of view, Palantir has significant advantages. Defense tech has always been extremely high with their barriers of entry, and switching away from Palantir would be extremely costly. And the company has these deep government relationships that competitors can't really easily replicate. And long-term contract revenue also provides financial stability. So strategically, this is a pretty smart move. So where ethics enter. So, Chapter 12.2 reminds us that legality and ethical responsibility are not the same. Staying within the law is the minimum standard, and a company can act legally while still being ethically questionable. So, with Palantir, the core ethical question is this: should AI accelerate decisions that involve human lives in conflict? And some might argue that AI could reduce casualties through better decisions, but others fear it could encourage faster engagement and less human oversight. So, strategy versus ethics, what's the difference? Well, business ethics are built on societal norms like fairness, responsibility, and transparency. Palantir's work aligns with national security interests, but public oversight is limited. The chapter discusses like scandals like Dieselgate, and it shows how companies can succeed strategically while losing ethically. And once this trust is broken, strategy collapses. And we've seen this with many, many more companies, even other than Dieselgate. Once the public loses trust in them, they just plummet to the bottom. So I think that's their biggest risk. And there's a dependency risk. Another concern is dependency. Most of Palantir's revenue comes from defense contracts. That is great in times of high military spending, but it's very, very risky if political priorities change. And a shift in administration, budget cuts, or ethical backlash could hurt the company quickly. And profitable today does not necessarily mean profitable tomorrow. So, surveillance perception. There is also a perception risk. Palantir has been used in law enforcement, border tracking, and counterterrorism. For some, this is protection. For others, it is surveillance. If public opinions turn or privacy expectations rise, Palantir could face the same backlash we've seen with Facebook or TikTok. And we know brand trust is this strategic asset, and it might even be a liability. So the ethical strategies. So Palantir does have an opportunity here. If they embrace these ethical responsibilities early, they could lead the industry rather than react to it. And transparency reports, ethical AI policies, and third party oversight clear these boundaries that could build trust with Palantir. So ethics aren't necessarily anti business. They may protect these businesses in long term, and this might be especially the case for Palantir. Thank you. That's my presentation. Before I end, I want to leave y'all with a few questions. And the first one is it ethical for AI companies to profit from warfare if consequences are uncertain? The second one is should Palantir increase transparency to build trust even if not required? The third one is does government dependency make Palantir strong or vulnerable? The fourth one is could ethical limits on AI become competitive? Could it become a competitive necessity? And that's all of my questions. Thank you. I look forward to reading and responding to your responses. And thank you. Yeah.